Every now and then I will watch an episode of podcast of the Lotus Eaters on YouTube. It is, of course, run by Carl Benjamin, also known as Sargon of Akkad, and a few of his mates. Now, even though I agree with the majority of what they say on there, and I applaud them for bringing out sensitive issues into the open, I still don't regard these people on that programme as the sorts of blokes I could go into a pub and have a pint with. Now, I don't know about you, but I think with my experience in the prison service dealing with barristers and prison governors and army officers, all highly educated people, they do all generally look down upon the working class, even though we could share the same values. But still, if I went into the pub with a podcast of the Lotus Eaters, I get this impression I'd probably get sneered at and looked down upon. Now, whether that's down to me having an inferiority complex or my past experiences as a professional dealing with such people and working with them, who knows? But the impression I get is if that did happen, then they wouldn't see me as an equal. So yes, in a nutshell, I'm calling them snobs, but snobs on my side of the political spectrum, for which I am grateful. I know, which is really weird, isn't it? Anyway, I watched one of their episodes a few days ago called The Great White Tribe, and the topic was, what is the white race? Now, the two presenters who were on, one called Harry and the other one, I can't remember his name, they were talking about what was acceptable or seen as a white person these days. And then Harry came out with this weird quote. Now, I can't post a clip of it on here for copyright issues, but I'll tell you what he said, word for word. And he said, I quote, I thought on one side of the race science, I thought white people only count if you're Anglo-Saxon/Scandinavian, basically from the northernmost parts of Europe. But it didn't provide any context on that, which makes me wonder, are these people really so snooty and aloof to believe that Anglo-Saxon, i.e. English people, and blonde Scandinavian people are seen as the accepted image of the white race? Now, if that what Harry really thinks, then that's quite ignorant, isn't it? I mean, I'm a Welshman, I'm not Anglo-Saxon, yet I'm white as fuck. What about the Scots, the Irish, the white French, white Germans, the United States whites of European descent? And if it did really mean it like that, then it's quite divisive, isn't it? And I think never before in history have we as a demographic been so under attack simply because of what we are. History, cultures, languages. And if you think that only English people are white, he couldn't have meant it, could he? If only he'd have given more context to what he meant. But what he said feeds into the generalised view of university intellectuals and their snobbery. So it may be a big, huge nothing burger, and I may have got the wrong end of what Harry was saying, but what if I haven't? What if Harry let out a Freudian slip? What if there is a general bigotry harboured here by these people towards other white nationals? Now, I don't expect a response to this because I am just a tiddlywink YouTuber in the huge YouTube pond, and they're rather a big fish. But it still begs the question, what did Harry mean? And why didn't the podcast of the Lotus Eaters provide more context? So what do you think? Please let me know in the comments. Have I got the wrong end of the stick? Or have they let slip some intellectual snobbery here? So there we go, folks. Your input on this to me is quite important. Again, let me know in the comments. And until the next time, look after yourselves. Cheerio and Roger Trout.